Alright guys, this is Ian back with another video, and in this video I'm going to review the Kinera Baldr. Right, but before I begin, I hope you guys can consider to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell so that you get notified of my future videos. Alright, so let's get on with the review. As you can see, this is a loan unit. This is not a retail package, so I don't have the entire accessories here with me, but I will just run through the accessories that it comes with. Right, the Kinera Baldr. This is a very nice IEM. It's currently retailing for $1,399 US. So obviously it's not your budget IEM, it's a premium IEM, and it comes with premium accessories as well. So let's just go through the accessories that it comes with. So obviously it comes with this pair of IEM, and it comes with a cable that terminates with a 2.5 headphone jack, right? And also it comes with a cable that terminates with a 3.5 headphone jack. And lastly, it comes with a cable that has got a headphone jack that is interchangeable. So this one is a 4.4 headphone jack. You can detach it and attach a 2.5 headphone jack that it will come with, right? And I personally like this cable the best. It's the thickest cable. It's got 4 cores, it's gold plated, and it's got 6 NOCC type of cables inside. So this is my favorite. It's got a nice Y splitter and also a nice metal bead chin slider, and the ear hooks are really nice and stiff and comfortable to use. The 2-pin connector is made of metal, so it's actually a very quality cable that it comes with. So I like this cable. I mean, the other cable is okay. It's not as thick. It's also 4-core, but the ear hooks are a little bit thinner, a little bit more flimsy, but the 2-pin connectors are the same. And also the Y splitter is made of metal, but the chin slider is made of plastic. So yeah, I do prefer this one. And then it comes with 5 different pairs of Final Type E ear tips and 11 pairs of Kinera custom ear tips. And also it comes with this storage case, a cleaning brush, and also the user manual. So if you guys are interested to find out a bit more, you can go Google and search for Kinera, and you'll find all the information on their website. Okay, so let's talk about the IEM themselves. It's very nicely done. Alright, look at the workmanship on this IEM. It's a huge IEM on the larger side, and I kind of like the shape of the shell. It's got the a fin on the back here, which I like very much. The shell itself is entirely molded by resin, plastic basically, and then I think it's got spray paint on top of it. At the same time, it's got very nice coat of clear coat and well polished, so you can actually see the entire thing is very nicely hand polished. It's got the embossing of the Baldr word on the faceplate, the front faceplate itself. You can't actually feel the joints. I mean, there should be a joint here in order to put in the drivers, but there isn't. So it's a very well made and well polished shell. And let's talk about the specs of these. On the inside, you have 4 Sonos EST drivers. You've got 2 Knowles balance armatures and 1 Kinera customized dynamic driver. The impedance of this is 22 ohms, sensitivity is 109, and the frequency response is 5 to 20,000 Hz. So a pretty respectable specs, I might say. But how do they sound? Alright, so as usual, I've measured it. So let's take out my chart or my graph and take a look at the graph. So as you can see, the treble is much more quantity, has got more quantity than the bass. So I would say this is more of a bright IEM, right? And I've heard it, I've used it for about a month now, and this is what I think. The sub bass is natural. It sounds really natural. It's got nice tone and timbre to the sub bass. It rumbles. It's not a very prominent rumble. In fact, it's not overpowering. It's not underwhelming, and it's just nice. I would say the rumble is there. It's not bleeding into the mids, or covering the entire frequency that you can't hear the rest of the frequency itself. So I like the sub bass on these. The mid bass also is thumpy, is impactful, but it's not that type of thumpy whereby it rattles your head or your brains type of mid bass, but it's enough, right? It's got nice tone and timbre to it. The note weight is not too light, not too heavy. It's just nice and very natural sounding mid bass. So in terms of the bass, I am actually really happy with this type of bass. It's natural sounding, it's not too overpowering, it does not bleed, and it's not underwhelming as well. So you can feel the bass, but it's enough to support the entire track itself. The mids, alright, so the mids is a little bit recessed, but you won't get that sensation that it's recessed, because if you take a look at the chart, the bass is not overwhelming, thus the mids is just below the mid bass and the sub bass. Alright, so you can feel that the instruments, they are present. Pianos, violins, percussions, they do sound present in the mix. And again, they don't sound too warm, they don't sound too light, too thin, and they've got a nice natural tone and timbre to the percussions and the instruments. So they sound really natural, and I do appreciate and enjoy listening to the instruments on these IEMs. The vocals, male vocals and female vocals, they both sound really natural on these. Alright, they don't have that really deep raspy voice to the male vocals, and also it's not authoritative to a fact that it dominates the entire track. At the same time, it's not laid back and it's not recessed to a point whereby the instruments overtake the vocals. So male vocals, I would say it's a very good balance in terms of in the mix, and also the tone and the timbre of the male vocals, they sound really natural and soothing to listen to. Female vocals, on the other hand, they sound bright, they have that sparkle when they sing, and they sound energetic. At the same time, they don't sound laid back, because they don't have that recessed feel to it when they sing. And to me, I really enjoy that brightness and the energy that the female vocals bring to the track itself while listening on this IEM. So I would say they sound really natural. It's not harsh, it's not sibilant, and you won't feel any shoutiness when you're listening to female vocals on these IEMs. Now, treble. I would say the treble is bright, alright? It brings presence to the entire track itself. It brings energy to the entire track itself. It doesn't sound laid back, and cymbal strikes, hi-hats, they sound nice and clear and clean on these IEMs. They are not super bright, but I would say it's very energetic to listen to the treble on this IEM. And also the roll-off is pretty normal. I wouldn't say it's a very sharp roll-off, and it's not extended as well. So I would say the roll-off is just nice, well balanced. I wished the roll-off was a little bit more resonant, but it's okay. It's a well balanced roll-off in terms of the treble. So cymbal strikes and hi-hats, they do sound natural on these IEMs. Let's talk about technicalities. Soundstage, man, technicalities on these IEMs, they are just brilliant, fantastic, right? Soundstage, they sound wide, they've got a very good width and depth and layer to the soundstage. The soundstage has got a very surround sound type of feel to it. It's not really entirely surround sound, but it gives you that sense that the soundstage is nice and wide. It's wider than my living room. It's got a nice depth and nice width and distance as well. So I think in terms of soundstage, this is really, really nice. For detail retrieval and resolution, again, they don't disappoint. They have got very, very good details. They have the nuances of details can be heard. I'm really impressed by the detail retrieval on these IEMs, and also the clarity and the resolution of the sound that it produces. It's really nice, crystal clear sound. Especially if you listen to high-res audio, it's really nice and crystal clear. The imaging of the instruments and the vocals on these are fantastic. You can pinpoint the exact position and the separation of the sound on these IEMs. Okay, so as you can hear, I'm really impressed with this IEM. I like this IEM really very much. The technicalities on these IEMs is just wows me, and is just a brilliant IEM to own. So I would suggest if you like this IEM, to really save up and to get one of these IEM, and this will be in your stable for a very, very long time. In terms of its genre of music and the type of music that you can listen to, it actually is scalable and is conformable. It actually blends really well and conforms really well with all types of music. You can listen to rock, heavy metal, classical, EDM, any type of genre of music that you throw at it. It will play very nicely. It's not fatiguing to listen to. It's not shouty. It's not sibilant. At the same time, it's not dark. It's just nice, natural, balanced sound that it produces. I would say in conclusion, the reproduction of sound from these IEMs are just quality and brilliant. Okay, so that concludes my very quick impression and review of this Kinera Baldr. If you guys learned something from this video, at the same time enjoyed this video, do consider to give this video a thumbs up. At the same time, do consider to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell so that you get notified of my future videos. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.